哎，Kalina，哎，你昨天比赛那个咋样了？
我昨天得了第一，哎，我觉得这个东西真的是很神奇。然后我不是第一吗？然后呢，有人发现我了，还在很多群里边呢，在那边分享我昨天第一。然后呢，今天早上我就进不去了，
为啥呢？
很奇怪啊。然后我就跟我的 partner 说 ，David 说，我说我为什么进不去了？他说一定是some hater。是怎么样了？然后我就给那个举办商打电话，结果呢6点半之前我打不通，然后就等了好久，结果跟他们交流了大概半个钟头左右，他说我是反正说这个 professional， 就是说以前给这个金融公司工作过的记录，所以呢不能用他们的 data。
咋的？专业人士还不能用啊？
这是有一定讲究的，比如说一些银行的人，你是不可以交易股票的呀，等等。所以呢，但是我是看他的新闻，我想说这也不行啊，然后结果人家就把我给 block 了，我没有 access。然后呢，我说我现在这个可以的，然后解释了一大通，然后呢问了我大概30几个问题，然后结果呢是可以给我看了，可是我还是不能交易。然后他那个软件呢我也不是特别的清楚，然后结果呢就被直接3印一些东西进来就被那个 squeeze 掉，然后反正我现在没有资格参加这个比赛了。所以在这里想跟小伙伴们分享的，踩了一些坑，很多东西就是比如说日内交易，你想真正的做好一个日内交易的话，其实很多软件、很多券商、很多 platform 的话，你一定要非常的熟悉。有的时候呢，你按错了的话，你的技术再好，
你今天咋的了？做空了？
没有，我基本上每天都做多做空，然后呢做这个option 这个期权呢是每周这个交易一次。很多人问我的交易的频率，其实我并不是每天都在交易的，但是基本上会保证每周交易一次这个 option 期权，然后呢等到周五的时候看一下什么情况，保证一个星期的收入。那像这些日内交易呢，今天跑的这个 POL 这个股票从2块多到10块多，如果看到这样的机会的话，可能我会做多或者是做空。当然今天这个股票是不适合做空的，所以小伙伴们一定要小心。
那你的结果咋样啊？今天
没有参赛资格呀。
我是
什么还结果
干脆都不让你参加了，给你拉黑了吧，
就被人家踢出来了。所以好像过2天好像那个 Dash Trader 还有一个比赛，所以感兴趣的小伙伴们可以去试一下。其实呢在这种比赛中呢，你说你会这个很逼迫你自己去熟悉它的软件。那我本来是想熟悉的，后来他说不让我用，我也不知道他们的软件到底好不好。所以呢，劝小伙伴们，如果是真正的想去交易的话，一定要熟悉所有的软件。但是这次的比赛呢，给我一个非常大的启发。我看到了很多选手哈，他们那个account，就像我昨天一天，人家问我交易什么东西可以一天赚10万美金这么多，对不对？主要是做空做 shorting， 因为很多股票它不会涨那么多的，而且你也选不中。像 David 跟我们说，你又不是那个算命的，你怎么会知道哪一个股票当天会涨那么多呢？但是如果这个股票已经涨上来的时候了，你去做空它，那反而就会比较简单。那怎么样去找这样做空股票呢？其实是非常的重要的。那接下来呢，今天的视频呢，就想跟大家分享一下我们的 David 导师，我们的纳斯达克认证95%成功率的做空大佬，跟我们分享一下为什么做空比做多好。那进入我们今天的视频吧。Today let's talk about something. Why you only choose like shorting, not long? Why you think shorting is make more money than long?
Okay, so for shorting, especially in the small cap space, which is stocks under 250 million market cap, which is what I'm always talking about. We know the end game. So these companies need cash, and they make money from their stock. So they got to stay in business by making their stock go up, and then they dilute it. So basically, almost every stock in the small cap space is a pump and dump. They run the stock up, and then they dilute it to get cash to support their company. So we know the end game. We know it's gonna go down. So that's why it's
just don't know when.
Yeah, it's like gravity. What goes up must come down. So that's why. Yeah, we don't know when. So that's why everything that I'm talking about is how to time it better, how to anticipate it, how to choose the right ones that's gonna give you an easier job than a hard job. We want to time it properly. We want to be an easier trade, a high probability that of what we're looking for, which is to go down, which most of these companies go down. They eventually.
Right. So how many the short pattern you think right now, currently is working?
How many or which type?
How many you use every day? Mainly.
Okay,
I know a lot. Yeah.
I use around 5 or 6 in general. I have favorite ones. Yeah. So one of my favorite ones is the halt ones, and I go through the process of finding the specific halt ones that I'm looking for. The ones that are gonna go down right away.
Right.
I look for dilution faders. I talk about that as well. Like stocks that in the morning they're going up, especially biotechs and pharmaceuticals. They go up and they have a lot of dilution because a lot of these biotechs and pharmaceuticals, they're so far away from having an actual drug that the FDA is going to approve that they need to stay in business the whole time while they have their scientists working on getting this drug.
So for that, I have a question. So usually when we see some FDA news, there's a phase 1, 2, 3. So which one you usually short?
Phase 1 and before phase 1, there's a preclinical. So preclinical, some research. So a lot of times people don't know what's going on. So they buy the stock. This is really wild music.
I like it. It's okay.
It's
it's holidays.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so, but they people don't know. Like they'll say, like a company says, we submitted an FDA application, and then people buy the stock. FDA. So you got to remember, in the small cap space, which is why we trade small caps, is because our competition is weak. So it's weak. So most people buying these companies, they're not like
they don't do research.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. So they see FDA application and they say, oh my God, FDA. They buy. And you see a stock can go up 100%, 200%, 250%. Today I saw one do that. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you can get squeezed because you shorted too early. So what I'm teaching is how to time it properly so you don't get squeezed.
Right.
And then because after a certain point, they're gonna dilute it. They're gonna dump stock. The stock is gonna go down because the people, the insiders, the people that are, part of this manipulation, for the stock to go up, eventually they're gonna dump their shares and they're gonna get cash and the stock is gonna go down. So yeah, preclinicals, phase 1, I like a lot. Yeah, it gets short. Phase 1 animal testing, because animal testing,
it means nothing.
It doesn't mean, because it's not a human being. So when you test on a mouse, or you test on a primate, it doesn't really mean anything.
I see.
Because we are not mouse, we are not primate, we're human beings. So on top of that, it's cruel and it's unnecessary. It's irrelevant. So not only is it cruel, it's irrelevant. So once people realize, and a lot of times, for example, mouse testing. Mouse testing, there's another word for it in biotechs. It's called xenograph. So who knows what a xenograft is? No one. So when a company says
sounds fancy.
Yeah, it sounds fancy. So you put when the company says, we did a xenograph testing on this and we applied for the FDA. We have an FDA application pending from our xenograph testing. How are you gonna know this? So then people are like, FDA testing, FDA test. No, FDA application. Then xenograph, they don't even know what xenograph is, and the stock goes up.
They don't do those things like on purpose, using fancy word to
So
confusing you.
It confuses you, and then people buy it, and the company needs cash or negative 2 months cash. They got to keep the lights on, and then the stock goes 150% up, and it goes all the way back down in the same day. So if you don't know how to time it right, you're gonna get squeezed, and if you don't know what's going on, you're gonna get dumped on. So you gotta know this stuff.
You lose money.
But it's very predictable if you know what you're looking for. So that's what I'm here to help you with.
Okay, David. Any other pattern for shorting you like most?
One of my favorites when I first started out was the pump and dump pattern. I still like that one. It's like these paid, you sign up for these emails and these text messages, which I showed you. You make a fake email, and the email, because you don't want to get all these emails to your real email. It's a lot of emails, and it's junk emails. It's basically spam. So they send spam to your email, and you look at you don't read the email, because it's gonna say, oh, we have this awesome stock. We just discovered a gold mine in Brazil, and they have lithium and diamonds and this. You don't care about that, but you go all the way to the bottom and you see. It says,
name, right?
Yeah, you go, and in the bottom it says we were compensated $100,000 cash to promote this ticker, this company.
I see.
So once you see that, you're like, okay, this is gonna be a pump and dump.
Okay.
And then you put it on a watch list, and you watch it, and then usually within a few days or so, it starts to go up 30, 40, 50%, and then you can start to think about shorting it. So this is a very reliable pattern, because they revealed with that disclaimer in the bottom of the email or text, they revealed that somebody has a lot of shares to dump. Because if they paid $100,000 for that email, they got more than $100,000 to dump.
Yeah.
So it's a very good companies will never do that.
Right.
This is very scumbag, it's like a Wolf of Wall Street kind of stuff. So it's those are very easy to detect, and since I started trading, I remember I was telling you, KALINA, when I started trading in 2016 to 2018, that's all I traded. I didn't make much money, but while I was learning, it was a 92, 93% winning strategy, because they're always gonna. It's
dump.
A pump and dump, So it was a very easy one to do. So that's my favorite pattern overall.
I see. Seems like shorting is kind of long, better or easy than long, because long you have to look at so many companies' fundamentals. Those companies is trash. I don't think they're going up forever. So David said.
So last thing I want to say about that too is so for longing you got to predict. For shorting you react. So I think it's easier to react than to predict.
Right. Yeah. So many stocks to predict.
Yeah. So to predict you got to be like a fortune teller. You know what I mean? To react, you know what happened already. Now you're planning what to do. I think it's easier.
Okay. So if you are interested to learning the shorting with David, please sign up, and I will see you guys next videos. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.